Yo, my people, and welcome back to another episode of Podghost.
So, guys, on today's show, pleased to bring on someone who needs no introduction.
Mr. Riz.
Mr. Diego Dayy himself. My brother, welcome.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
Bro, all the pleasure's ours, man.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you know what? Before we obviously start a podcast, we always like going into your childhood because I always believe what you are today is through the experience of you growing up. 100%. So, bro, take it away, man.
Yeah, big word you used there was experiences. I feel like it's important that a lot of men understand that the experiences that you encounter on a day-to-day basis is what's going to make you. And a lot of people are ashamed of their past or don't talk about their past a lot, but what we have to realize is our past is everything that we're made up. We are actually a physical part of our past. Of course. You can take the human anatomy and picture one arm as this, you know, from 1 to 5, and then from 5 to 10 is another arm. And, you know, we're a product of our environment, so our past is important to understand, recognize, and accept, but our future is more important to concentrate our energy on. So for me, as a past, I was a kid and a man who's always been a doer. I've just done a lot of shit. For a young man, I've just physically, if I took you through a storyboard of my life, it would be fucking busy. And I feel that's my advantage of being a G, really, because you learn loads. Yeah, of course. You learn loads by failing. You learn loads by doing stuff. And I've traveled and I've put myself in shit situations. So yeah, I don't recall so much about my younger childhood. Yeah, I'd have to deep in there psychologically to get it. But nothing crazy, no traumas, no sub stories for you. My life was cool, and I made it amazing.
So, bro, naturally, you go into primary school, moving on to secondary school. You're only 22.
Old man.
And obviously that time, I'm old, bro.
I'm an old man.
To you now,
I'm an old man. My back's going, my neck's going, everything.
You hear me get up? That's why I'm carrying all the girls, bro.
Bro, literally, for real. And carrying all the good looks of the family as well.
No, bless that, bro. Bless.
Nah, I stand up and give it a grunt now. One of them ones. Crazy.
Slap that. Yeah. So, bro, you know what? I want to ask you. Obviously, you grew up in a world that was heavily involved in social media growing up. Because that's not the case for me, bro. Social media came in relatively late in my life, yeah?
Same.
But with you, it was more like the introduction of Instagram, growing up around that TikTok and all that stuff. And obviously, you know what I'm going into because a lot of the youngsters want to go into social media, bro, becoming influencers. And it wasn't a thing before, was it, bro, being a social media influencer? What got you into it?
I was on the crossover phase. So I was on the phase where, you know, it wasn't like, do this and it's your way to make loads of money. It was kind of where people were starting to be successful from it. So it was still very much a leap for me to get into it. Yeah. Also, one thing I'm very grateful for my parents for is that they didn't let me have social media. And obviously I was sitting there as a kid going, oh, all my fucking friends have got phones. Why can't I have a smartphone? And my dad just said, shut the fuck up. And God bless him for that, because it did me a whole world of health. Because I spent my life or my childhood in the real world doing real things and having real life interactions with people. So that was great. Big up the parents for that.
Bless up, man.
And then I realized and understood my energy and my charisma, and I saw how social media worked. I actually started working in social media in terms of the background, the marketing aspect. And for me, it was very much a case of it just makes sense. So I met some people that were doing it. Did it with them on a different kind of vibe, on a vibe where like I'm just making videos, and then I was like, wait a minute, I'm Diego. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it fucking properly, and I'm making sure that I put my mark on it. How can I do that? And for some reason, my head went with
girls.
I have a mad authentic personality, so I thought just show what you do.
But I just want to nitpick at that. So when was the first time you ever did you just go and think like, I'm gonna draw a girl, I want someone to record it?
So it was actually like an interview that I was doing,
and
asking her like, you know, them public question type things, and then I was accidentally just rizzing the fuck out of her. Like, I swear, I was accidentally standing there, just, bro. I was just like killing her, man, giving her the eyes, doing all these mad things, making her. Oof, it was.
Teach us that after.
There was some fire there. It was an accident.
Hey,
I swear.
Not before this, bro.
And then I took that, and then people started labeling it with the Riz, and I was like, do you know what? If they thought that was Riz, Let me take it behind the scenes.
Because that happened accidentally. Let me do it properly.
Correct. And then I started filming behind the scenes, and then it got to a point where, wait a minute, I forgot that we're in a day and age where guys actually don't do this anymore, and guys can't do this anymore. So it's quite funny. One of the most common messages I get in my life on camera and on Instagram and also in real life is when older generation men,
We're gonna cut this bit.
No. That's staying right in, and I'm gonna freeze frame it.
Carry on, bro.
Middle-aged, is that better?
Go on.
Middle-aged men come up to me and go, man, I swear to God, like, I was exactly the same as you as a kid. But what they don't realize is that was normal. You had to be like me as a kid because you didn't have an alternative. Now we're able to hide behind the phones,
keyboards,
which is what is creating weaker men. Because as we know, when you can hide from things and when you're not all out in the front, you
can front a lot of shit too, can't you?
Yeah, 100%. Everything's a facade, and also what we're watching is a facade. So all of it's just kind of creating a whole delusional type of generation. C'est la vie. More chance for me to excel and be part of the top 1% of males, because the split is just becoming bigger and bigger. The rich are getting richer,
100%,
the poor are getting
bro.
poorer.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not a nice time to be an average man in this generation.
Of course not, man.
You'll get swallowed the fuck up.
100%.
That was so well put.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So, bro, you know what? Obviously, naturally, you just got into social media, and you said you understood the business side of it. Because I've always said social media is a business, bro. A lot of talent out there, bro, but having talent and having a business mind is two different things, as you know, yeah? And even when you meet you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's the first thing
he
that
knows
hits
what he's
you,
talking
innit?
about. Yeah.
So people have a front where, I've got talent, bro, and I've got this, but they don't understand the business side of it. Did you, before coming out, did you think of that first, that, you know what, before I start this, I'm going to see or learn how to excel in the things that make it pop? If that makes sense.
It was a process for me because when I originally started, I was making a lot of money doing a low hour job. Before social media, I looked at social media exactly like you said, and I drew the business from it like a fucking G, man. I was robbing money from old business owners managing their social media. They didn't have a clue. They just wanted to be social media. I'm not proud of it. I did it. I made loads of money from it. I'm a fucking G. It is what it is. So I saw business owners that had social media, and they'd already made all their money. They were multi-millionaires, but they want to compete with their cool friends that own cool social media business. Because, when you're old and you have a certain amount of money, you get bored. You want something else. So if I can propose something to them, bro, I'm going to give you a really cool Instagram with this many followers, and you're going to have cool content, and it's going to make you proud of your business. It's like having pictures of your family in your living room. I can see it.
So you're selling them Instagram accounts?
No, so I was managing their Instagram accounts for them.
Okay.
And taking money off them that they didn't understand what it was, like if I can take, and this is as a 17, 18-year-old man. It's funny because this is one of the reasons I first went to Dubai as a broke man and went away quite a rich man because I know there are shit tons of old business owners in Dubai with unlimited
funds
to put into that and to put into an exciting project. They just want to be excited. They're old. Their life's boring. They're crippling up. They're just getting ready, just kind of waiting to die. So if you can propose to them an exciting opportunity,
they
100%.
They're like what, 4 or 5?
Stuck
What do you want? 4 or 5 grand? Just take it. What is it to me? I'm making 200 grand a month. Like 5 grand out of the budget. Take it. So
it's like what they say, innit? When you're rich, you want to be famous. When you're famous, you want to be rich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
So then you start like me and you take both.
Yeah.
So you start doing that, start building your, character. I think people want to invest in you when they get talking to you. I think they get sold. It's about how you talk as well, and you're quite sharp with your wording and stuff. So once you start doing that, you knew that social media is my way forward, wasn't it?
Yeah. So as I said, I rinsed it from that aspect, and then I was like, I can do this as well. It makes sense. I wasn't even looking at it from a financial perspective when I was doing it. I was looking at it as a part-time. I had time to spare. And as a man, you should never have time to spare. There's shit to do. There's shit to be done. There's empires to build. So I thought, if there's any side hustle, I'm already making quite a lot of money. I might as well make a nice side hustle. So I thought of doing that. And then I gradually understood the business of it and very quickly took my audience to a business perspective because, as you say, there's money to be. It's all well and good having a guy taking a picture with you on the street, but there's nothing worse than being famous and not rich. It's even worse than being not famous and not rich. I'd rather be any kind of Joe Blogs The worst thing is when you're famous and not rich, you don't have the money to back it up. Because now you've got kids just coming and taking pictures of you on the fucking bus.
Real talk.
Imagine you're famous. Imagine I do what I do and I'm
so
broke.
true, bro.
What am I doing? So I'm working a job in Tesco. Imagine people coming up to me on my shift in Tesco going, you're that guy. Wait a minute. You work in fucking Tesco?
You're selling a dream.
And I'm sitting there like, my bills got to get paid. No disrespect to people working ordinary jobs, but it has to be done. My problem was with people working ordinary jobs and being content with it and not asking more of themselves. It's a problem with society.
100% true, man.
No, that's proper well put as well, bro. Because I've always said that. I've always had debates with people that I know, and I always say, imagine being famous and having no money, bro. And then the person who's taking a picture of you, like you just said, is probably going to jump in a nicer car than you. And you're like, oh, you know what, let me not go in my car in front of. It's happened. I've had a few friends who are like that, bro, and I'm not going to name them, but they've been around you. People think that, you know, they're multi-billionaires. They might have.
I had it when I was first, you know.
They always assume that I'm
getting big. There were people coming and taking pictures of me, and I'm like, fuck. If I go on the train here, you know, if I take public transport, which I still do, something I'm very humble about. I actually take public transport because I can work while doing it. So I'm always in. I have a car. I drive.
You're always in work mode, innit?
Yeah.
I have to be working. That's why I could have driven here as easily. You know, it would have saved me fucking 50 quid on a Uber. But I can make more than 50 quid while I'm in that Uber working.
So,
Very smart.
There's levels to it, though. You know, no ordinary people can do that. So you have to. Time is money, and the biggest lie we got told when we were growing up, which killed me, is that money doesn't grow on trees. Because money does grow on trees. Quite literally, it's being printed at the expense or the will of our governments, and we have no limit of paper, so we have no limit of money. You just have to be big and brave enough to.
I think what they mean by that is you get a lot of people, bro, who just want to get rich but not work for it.
Oh,
and then that saying goes brilliant for them, because when people sit there and go, oh, bro, I want to get this, and they're looking at, you know, getting rich quick schemes. Like, look, you've made such a good name for yourself, and may it continue, my brother, yeah? But you've worked hard, bro. You know the days you've seen where people doubted you. People really said, bro, what you doing, man? Even now, bro, we're going to obviously go into that, but there's always a side of this industry where there's a lot of hate out there too, bro. Yeah. And especially in your case, probably from a lot of the guys, you know, not in a rude way, but because your content is so female-dominated, you know, all your stuff, a lot of men would be like, bro, look, he looks down at women. Look how he talks to women. Half of them probably don't even know that maybe you're even acting it. Maybe, because, no, a lot of people do actually act scenes to pull in a crowd or to engage people. Yeah. So even with you, sticking to your social media, moving forward, when it came down to this whole basing your stuff around, I want to say it's based around women, but it went mad when you come out and start doing that. The first video you made, when did you think, oh, you know what? I fucking killed it with that. You must have been like, everyone has a breakthrough moment. What was yours?
Yeah, it was the one I mentioned earlier where I had that moment with that girl that actually put me into kind of, bro, I don't have a choice. I have to start raising gal now. Like,
from that moment you thought, I'm going to do this.
That did 26 million on TikTok. So on across all platforms, probably like 30, 40 million views. So, you know.
Nailed.
Nailed. There's a twist to his question then. That's like when you found out that you're getting massive in it, yeah?
Yeah.
What about a time where you're looking back at your videos and you're thinking, this is becoming a little bit too boring for me. Like, it's too easy, and I just feel like I'm not even thinking about my riz anymore. It's like I'm just using what I've used in other videos and just picking what line I want to use. Yeah, life's about being ahead of the game, always. You always got to be ahead of the game, because people think this world owes them something to them. The truth is that this world will give you nothing. You have to, it's giving you access to everything you need, but you need to take it. Yeah. Same analogies I use with the tree. You know, the money is growing on these trees. You just have to climb the fucking tree. You actually have to have the bravery and be able to jump high enough, or build yourself a ladder where you can pick A, B, and C. There's ways to get it. There's different ways. One, you can become a pretty girl and make loads of money off selling a pussy. Or as a guy, you can work hard enough to build a foundation and a character to achieve these things. It's true though, because it's like OnlyFans, isn't it? Like
I was just going to say that. That was the next thing I was coming into. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
No, it's like you don't really. Well, obviously, I don't know fully, but I'm just thinking you don't really need to like prepare for it. It's just if you've got the bits, you just put it up on camera. It's created a very big delusion in society. Obviously, it's globally well known, and allows people to misconceive the reality of the world. Let these women do what they're doing. They're never going to find a real purpose or real love in their life, and they've sacrificed that. Yeah. I don't hate them. I don't hate them for it. I'm not here saying OF girls are this and that.
life is sacrifices to success, and as a man and as a woman, we have to sacrifice certain things to achieve certain things.
Of course.
So then women have sacrificed a real relationship, a pure relationship, and a real meaning of purpose within the world and a positive impact to have money and success. Do your thing. Just don't come crying after, because as a man more so, guys don't understand that there are sacrifices to their actions, and we all want to act a certain way and then go back and do this after. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do as a person, but know that life comes with consequences.
100%.
So what do you say to them men who think there's not a problem with that?
Not a problem with what?
With their girl being on OnlyFans? Because there are a lot of guys out there, bro. Not in a rude way. I'm getting no disrespect to no one.
Yeah, I do disrespect them people. You're probably insecure and in denial. So you can not disrespect them all you want. I will disrespect them by telling them a harsh reality.
No, what I mean by that is, bro, some people, they get off.
It's all right. If you're too soft to say, I'll say it for you. It's all right. I get it. You're, you know, you got your family protect at your old age. You want to just keep it there. You're just like, I don't want this ag before I'm going to be going in a few years. I just want to live the peaceful end to my life.
Yes.
I'm taking the piss.
What I mean is, obviously, but honestly, at the end of me just saying it,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people, bro, who are cool with it. Bruv, I'm not being funny. There's P-stars out there who are happily married, bro. So I'm telling you, you can look at it.
I know what he's trying to
Define
say.
happiness.
No,
what's happiness to you?
No, for me,
I know what you mean, though.
happiness is faith, right? That's me, yeah? But other people, bro, I'm talking about people out there. I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff, and sometimes they say, in the life of so-and-so. And I'm watching, I ain't going to lie to you, I'm like,
The fuck?
do you do that? Like, a girl will come in and go, hey, babe, I just finished work. And he'd actually say to her, how was it? Oh, it was good today. Done a scene with whatever.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you, bro, it
That's
does actually
mental.
happen. People
That is
do
mental.
accept. I know you might be thinking, what the fuck's he on about?
I think it's about men. Like, for me, it would be pride.
Yeah, of course it is. But no, for every, like,
Yeah.
for me, it would be. But I'm saying, there are people out there.
Yeah.
We have to accept people's decisions, innit, bro? What they like is what they're cool with. It is what it is.
The leading factor to happiness in this world is purpose. So as a woman, generally your responsibility to purpose is less growing up. Women don't have the same cravings a man has to be purposeful. And if a man's purpose is being an OnlyFans woman's bitch, then that's fine. But there's longevity to this shit, you know? And money can hide problems for a while. We know money can hide problems.
Yeah,
but shit comes out and as I say, you know, go and be happily married. But within 2-3 years, when you understand that money can only go so much and that you can only drive this
So many
Lamborghini
cars.
so much,
Yeah.
and there's more to life and you want more to life, and that's when your kids start getting involved and real stuff getting involved, because it's what a lot of people don't realize. There's nothing that beats families in this world. And now you've experienced something that I could only imagine is the most amazing feeling in the world, which is being a father.
Yes.
And
Alhamdulillah.
and it's something that is irreplaceable. There is nothing, and I'm not saying there's nothing like it.
No,
I mean, it's
literally.
the best thing, but it's the most unique thing because there is nothing that counters that. And as I said, money can only take you a certain aspect in life, and the problem is, that especially if you get rich quick, it's just like, all right, what now? But when you have a kid, I can only imagine it's never a what now. It's like, wow, every single day is different.
Yeah.
Every single day I'm watching another human being grow, and that is a purpose. Whether you like it or not, it's a huge purpose that you have inside of you, which is going to motivate you to do better. If you're a generally healthy person, it's going to motivate you to do better. It's going to motivate you to be healthier and a better person, and that's never going to leave you. You know, selling your vagina online is going to leave you. Sorry to mix family and OnlyFans into the same sentence. But the truth is, purpose is absolutely
here's another
everything.
question, hypothetically speaking, just because you're on a podcast,
Hit
right?
me.
For an example,
The answer is
A
no.
girl
I can
goes
tell.
to-
I can just tell the answer is no. By the way you worded the question, I can just tell the answer is no.
no, hold on a minute. If a girl genuinely regrets it after doing it for a couple
No,
of years,
I would not touch her. No forgiveness. That's what did I say?
Straight raw.
5 minutes ago, I said it.
Yeah.
Have
Consequences.
You have to live with your consequences. Don't be stupid. Think about things. If you're stupid enough
don't
to
you
do
think
something,
people
live with
make
it.
mistakes? Don't you think? Like,
Not,
I know,
not like that though. That's
No,
mad.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, if someone says
You're
they're
right,
sorry
yeah.
and they genuinely, if God can forgive,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro, like, we should be able to find that in. I'm not saying
I don't claim to be God. I don't claim to be God, bro.
Stop it. I was gonna say something like
You know what I'm saying?
What I mean is,
I'm not all loving. I'm all remembering. And I saw your pussy online, so I can't take it seriously now. Understand?
shit.
all right, bro, you know what? moving away from that. If for an
I
example,
told you the answer was no. I told you. I knew it was going to be no.
bro, sticking to your content, yeah? It's again obviously around girls for a minute. Don't you feel like, because I've noticed in the last couple of reels that you've put up on your Instagram, you're starting to use girls that have their own following and girls that are more, I want to say famous, but I mean like girls with big numbers, and the collaboration makes a lot of sense for the social media world. Did you find that a challenge doing that, or did you think like, because in the beginning you're just randomly using street, but as you're growing and your numbers are growing and people have that expectation now that, you know what, Dayya's killing it, like you need to start upping your game. Does that come into it? Do you feel like now every time you do collab and work with other people, you'd want them to be people on the same spectrum as yourself? Or does that not really make sense?
No, I just want interesting people. That's all I've ever wanted in my videos, is interesting people. I have no time for boring people. Like, you have no excuse to be boring. The fuck would want to be boring?
But I don't think boring people think they're boring. That's the irony, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I think boring people probably lack confidence.
Yeah, I think boring people
some people are actually fun, but they're like scared to come out of their shell.
No, but no one's gonna actually come out with, bruv, I'm boring.
Yeah, no,
if you talk, I've got a vibe, bro. I'll play FIFA all night.
I know people. Right. I know people would just be like, I'm just happy to be boring.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I'm happy to live this life. It's weed smokers, man. Weed smokers. Yeah. Biggest problem with society, apart from OnlyFans girls. No.
But you forgive weed, right? If your girl smoked weed.
No, my girl would never smoke weed. She'll be too busy cooking for me.
What if she says, sorry for that?
She'll be too busy cooking for me.
Oh, but you know what I can tell by Diego? He's like that old school man.
Why does Diego give me Andrew Tate vibes?
Yeah, he does, literally.
Sticking to that now, what's your views on Andrew Tate, bro, before we talk about him?
We're very different people in terms of he's living, first of all, a much higher quality life in terms of material to me, which means he can preach a message from a book that I haven't read. So I'm not one for promoting a message that I haven't actually studied and experienced. So I'd say I'm much more relatable than him to a normal average man. I'd say I'm much more explanatory in terms of real, genuine, young, striving men can understand, because I actually explain to them. He's very much do this, do that. If you don't get it, suck yourself off. Yeah. I'm very much, I'm going to break it down for you. Here is the way to do it. However, you still have to get off your fucking ass and do A, B, or C.
Yeah.
So you say you're more blunt than him?
No, the opposite.
I think he's more relatable.
The opposite.
In the sense of like,
I explain
like
more.
the way you explain the OnlyFans thing.
Yeah. He sets a goal that you might be able to reach. Whereas Andrew Tate will be like, if you want a Lamborghini, go get it tomorrow. And if you can't get it tomorrow, then fuck off. And you're like, well, I haven't got the money yet though, bro.
And I'm here going, if you want to buy a Lamborghini, you need to do this amount of work at this section.
Okay.
You need to work on yourself here and do A, B, and C. Andrew Tate is saying, listen, who's not paying for a fucking girl on a date? I'm saying, listen, guys, this is how you're going to earn your money and build your character, so you're able to pay for a girl on a date, so that when you go to your next date, you need to be paying for that date. So I'm preaching the same message as him. I'm just like, let's take it a couple of steps back, because he's great at it. But this is why people tell him to say that he's misogynistic or A, B, and C or whatever stupid words they want to throw at him. It's because they don't understand the message. So I'm being a bit more patient with people and actually explaining them a message, because people are dumb, very fucking dumb.
Do you fuck with him? Do you think he is? Do you agree with the way he comes out with things, or would you word it different?
He has built up enough value as his own man to demand whatever he wants in his life. If I was him, I'd understand the power I had in terms of influencing the younger generation, and I'd be more cautious as to what language I use. He doesn't have to be. Who the fuck does he owe anything to? True. Right? He's living his life. But for me, a lot of what I do is about other people and about having impact on other people, and doing things that my mum would look at and appreciate. So that's just a big part of my life. And I'd say if I was him, if there's anything he would change, it would just be to have a bit more patience in allowing people to understand what he really means, rather than letting people take his message how they want, because that's what he does. It's like, here's the message. If you're going to take it like this, if you're an intelligent person, you're going to take it well. Do what the fuck you want to do with that, you know?
The reason why I asked you, because I just felt, naturally, for a minute, I just felt like I got the vibes of the whole...
Yeah, even the way he's talking.
The way you break things down, the way you tackle a question is very similar. I think
you
watch him a lot.
No, but even for a 22-year-old, very intelligent, that's what it is.
Because a lot of people naturally... Bro,
I wasn't speaking like that when I was 22.
I fucking still don't. Right?
Exactly.
You know naturally...
Neither do I. When the camera's cut, we can go back to speaking.
Yeah. Start swearing.
Yeah.
You know what it is, bro? Naturally...
I've got a Cockney accent. Fucking get my lager, mate.
You know why I said that? Because naturally, bro, when people, like he said, you're 22, a lot of 22-year-olds, not in a rude way, they're caught up in the world in a different way, let's say. They're not wrong, it's just the way they want to choose how to live. Yeah. And a lot of them don't really find their feet till, I'd say, at least 30. Yeah. So now is the time, 22 to 30, they get caught up in, let's just say, the wrong shit. A lot of them. But with you, the way you're coming across, the way you're speaking off camera about your business plans and what you want to do, I want to dive into them a little bit, because you have got a lot of goals that you want to reach. And it isn't going to always be these videos with, girls or, making like comedy videos, let's just say. Entertainment. What do you want to achieve looking back at your career?
So I actually have my brand, everything, the top of the umbrella is called The Truth. And the reason it's called The Truth is because...
It's the truth.
It is the truth. And the truth isn't blue pill or red pill. The truth is very much that society lies to us in every way possible. As you know, you said you spent some time in Dubai, which means you see a real society compared to a completely fake society.
100%.
And you see how fake a real society can be, because in Dubai, you also have a lot of materialism there, and a lot of
100%.
Prostitution. So there's both sides to it, right? But you see them both sides. A lot of people don't see that, and they're so stuck in this little world. So it's important for me to get a message. I think everyone deserves a chance. I think men growing up 30, 40 years ago made their own chance, and they didn't really have a choice.
Yep.
I think men in this day and age have been given an option to be lazy, but they haven't been explained the risks that it takes to be a lazy individual, to be a comfortable individual. Comfortability is like glorified. Be comfortable, be happy. Comfortability isn't happiness. It's the complete opposite.
Absolutely,
actually, being uncomfortable will make
you
grow and make you so much happier in the long run. So I think everyone deserves a chance to know. I'm very much on the energy of, if I tell you something once and you choose to ignore me, that's your problem. You're going to live with the consequences. But for me, getting the message out there is insanely important. So I have a platform and a service where I break down the truth to everything in huge detail and allow guys a platform to grow as men, because I know, and I've learned the hard way, that every single solution to every single problem is internal work and growing internally and becoming kind of the owner of your own mind.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. So the thing, obviously, the business, the truth, what you're saying, is it like a app? Is it a website? Is it going to be like a university? What's it going to be?
Yeah, so it's an online program community platform. It's on Discord.
Yes.
So Discord is like, it's ironic. The reason I have it on Discord is because Discord is your nerds. It's like a gaming streaming thing.
I've always thought that as well. Yeah,
a lot of nerds on there, which is actually perfect for me, because the nerds are the people that I want to come and understand that there's a possibility to change your life. When I say nerds, I'm not talking about intelligent people at school, right? I'm talking about people that sit home and play video games all day and sit in their room smoking weed and doing nothing with their life. That's a nerd to me. Someone who's very intelligent and applies themselves in school is not a nerd. It's
smart. Yeah, exactly.
Someone who was 2 steps ahead of me. It's still a little keynote, but not a nerd.
Yeah. So for an example, once you obviously get involved in, it is like a university. It's like a course, like you said.
Yeah.
And what do you aim to achieve when someone obviously does the course and completes it? Do you expect that person to be thinking of a whole different way, thinking your 100%.
Way? It's breaking down the psychological, physical, environmental, social, and dating aspect to a man's life. So basically every aspect to a man's life, breaking it down, giving them the complete recipe, holding their hand in terms of accountability, a platform where men can be accountable. Because I don't know if you know, where the biggest reason why people get personal trainers isn't because they don't know much about the gym or they want to understand how to do each exercise. It's because it's the only way they're actually going to go to the fucking gym when 100%. Someone's holding their hand and making them go. That's where the most personal trainers make their business. So it's a similar aspect to that, but it's giving people an absolute blueprint a step-by-step process on how to develop yourself, because the first stage of it is understanding it, and not enough guys understand that actually developing yourself as a human is the answer to every single question. So it's a complete and utter self-development, step-by-step guide that allows you to implement the fuck out of your life and essentially take ownership of every part of your life. So take ownership of your mind, take ownership of your body, take ownership of the environment around you, and learn what it incorporates to be a valuable man, a man who's happy, a man who's full of purpose.
You know, up until now, before this conversation, I was thinking like Diego's moving like, you know, like Will Smith from Hitch. But now, but you're a mad businessman, man.
Yeah, that's what it was before. Yeah. So I was teaching guys, and it's funny because you said the thing about like being 30 is when you kind of reach your age of, and I fully believe that. I fully believe that. I just feel like I'm going to grow in slightly different ways. I feel like for me, it's more about I've reached the top of my shell. Now it's just about forming in that shell. Whereas most guys might come here and grow here. I feel like I've shooted out really quickly, but there's still so much fucking learning for me to do. And I'm never ever sitting here saying that I don't have room to grow or learn or understand. There's just certain aspects of my life where I've done it very well,
quicker than a level. Yeah, brilliant, bro.
I realized things. So yeah,
but you put a lot of work in that. The thing is, success don't come overnight. You know, making a name, I'd say, is such a hard thing to do, bro.
100%.
Being well known isn't easy, bro. And then some people, I believe, to do that, they get desperate, bro. They'll sell their bum for a bit of crumb, bro. They would, real talk, they would do anything just to get their name out there. And that's when you think, oh man, man's trying too hard, bro. Like if that didn't work, don't now go into that. Or whatever's popping, now you want to become a singer. Or if the singer's not working, now I want to become a personal trainer.
Like stick to your path.
You're not a chameleon, bro. Whatever you're good at, you're good at. And what you've done, I believe, it's very niche, bro. It's very niche. I don't think no one can just get up and do that.
Yes and no. To not being a chameleon. I feel like you can be a chameleon. There's no reason why you can't be. Just taking something completely that you're not good at and going, that's fine. But I'm also not a believer that there should be something that you're not naturally great at and you just shut that door off. There's levels to it, right? I believe it's all about finding your purpose. Finding out what truly makes you happy inside.
What I meant by that, bro, for an example, if you're watching F2's freestyle, you know, the footballers, Now, you know, football's a big niche around the world. Probably the biggest niche in the world, full stop. You ain't going to be able to get a football and do a 360 and smash it top bins. You can't learn that. It's a talent, right? But what I realize with people is if they see something and they believe...
But what if you was to practice it every day?
That's what I'm saying.
You can't.
Freestyling.
No. What I mean, you could remember one thing. You know, some things are natural. Yeah. You can learn as much as you want. Some things are naturally gifted, bro. Like, for an example, what you do, I could never do it, bro. I'm not lying. Even if I tried to go up to a few girls and go... It's not my age. Right? I just wouldn't.
I know what you mean. Like you could be at home and I could copy you.
And I can watch all your videos and study your shit and think, I'm going to fucking...
But does that mean you can't do it?
No, what I mean is you still need to have a talent or, in your case, a lot of balls, a lot of grit. Because going up to a woman, bro, I'm not saying we can't do it. Any man can go, but there's a way a woman knows he's nervous or he's not a natural at it. It's the same as these people that trying to go into things that are just because they're relevant. You're not going to be able to beat the people that are naturally on it. Like, look, your drive comes from you. This drive you bring, it's yours. I'm not saying no one can achieve their goals, but whether it's in you, I believe it's in you, bro.
No, but then, like, imagine he was teaching me to be like him, You could never. The first time I go and I'm a bit nervous.
You're never going to be the best at anything. I'm not the best at it.
No, what I mean is,
after a few 4 or 5
remember,
girls,
no one is the best. This is what I believe, right? It's not a fact. It's me.
Opinion.
I believe if you can't be a jack of all trades, bro. You cannot. You're either good. Like, I've got some friends, bro. You know my history.
Yeah.
They think they can sing. If you ask their family, they think their son's Michael Jackson or Chris Brown. But
singing's a bit of an exception because it is a natural
you can't
talent.
learn that. You can't. But what if you go to a studio and you keep singing? Your voice is your God-given voice, bro. There's some guys in bathrooms.
There's levels to it. There's levels. If you're a terrible singer, then allow it.
You can pay a vocal trainer 500
grand. No, music's a big one. On your point, I agree with music. Some people are stretching it.
Is I think naturally, again, I don't want to dwell too much into that, but I just think it's like, you know, if you go to the gym, bro, some guys drive in the gym is fucking insane. They're like, bro, wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock, go for a jog, cut your bread out, cut your sugars out. You're like, What?
So I guess this is our counterpoint where we're saying, just because he's like that, does that mean I can't still go to the gym to keep in good shape and keep healthy?
You can, but you won't be able to do it naturally for someone who's got a passion for it.
But to be successful in that, do I need to do it to what he's doing? Like if I wanted to be, that's like saying as a footballer, as an aspiring footballer, as a kid.
I feel like I'm hungry, bro.
You are. You're under the cosh now,
Yeah, mate.
Bring it, bro.
I'm gonna sit over there.
I'm about to RKO you.
No, go on, carry on, go on.
No, as a kid watching Messi and Ronaldo play football, I'm never going to be as good as them. Can I still play? Of course I can.
Yeah.
But you'd want to do things on a level, innit, bro? You don't want to. I don't want to just call myself a rapper because I've got a deep voice. I can't rap, so I wouldn't just do it, bro. Because I know I'm coming up against the likes of the biggest guys in the game. Yeah. Otherwise, don't do it. Not that you can't, and you can't sell a few. But come on, man. If you're not a singer, you're going to be at 40. 50.
Maybe I'm taking it personal as opposed to looking at the general population because I am a chameleon and I am good at everything. That's why I say.
And that's the confidence, though, as well.
No, I'm genuinely good. There's not anything about it.
So if I made you an Urdu or Punjabi school teacher, you'll be good at it.
Of course,
because you'll learn it.
Say us 3 words. 3 words in Urdu.
I speak 4 languages, so I think I could easily pick up another language.
Really? What language?
Pick up another language?
What language are you fluent in?
Spanish. It's a challenge.
Wow.
Spanish, French, English, Swahili.
Serious, bro?
You got to learn Punjabi now, done.
Yeah, I'll teach you a bit of Punjabi.
No, I just need a Punjabi girlfriend.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's
I know
all
a
you
few
need.
aunties, they're all right. They're just...
Mashallah. That's all you need.
No, man,
That's another thing, yeah. You know, you just auntie, yeah. But if I see a video of him, he's
Oh yeah, forget aunties. Give me a grandma, man.
Bro, he was rizzing up this woman, and she's like, yeah, that's. Remember that son come out, and he's like, yeah, that's my stepmom. I was like, oh my god, this geezer has no cap. Like, it don't matter where it is. It's just anywhere.
Yeah. That's not... But let me ask you a question. When you get all these in real life, are you like that? I know you might be asked this a lot. Are you generally this cocky and this not cocky, but confident, and you can see it, you are. But I'm saying with women who are watching this and they're thinking, do you act? Is that really you, or is it something that you play a little bit on it?
Yeah, so the only difference between on camera and off camera is off camera, I speak to everyone. Like, I speak to every single person. Like, I will flirt with the overweight, ugly cashier at Tesco.
Yeah.
I flirt with her. I don't know what else to do.
I'm not saying they're ugly.
Like, you know, she wasn't God's favourite. Okay, no worries. You know, you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Can't all be...
But would you... You know what I'm trying to say? If she's on it.
Depends how I'm feeling. No, of course not. But it's just in my nature to be very talkative and very energetic towards people. And that's a lot of what talking to girls is energy. So a lot of people think, oh, how do you think of the things you say? For example, it's one of the biggest questions I get. How do you know what to say? And for me, where I can feel confident and my energy is on par, it allows me to be comfortable with what I say, and then I'm not putting pressure on it. I'm not thinking, fuck, what do I say now? It's just flowing because I feel comfortable in the situation. If you feel uncomfortable, you're suddenly questioning yourself, what do I say? What do I do? Where do I put my hands? I'm just there, chilling, like, oh, go on.
One minute, hands on the shoulder, next minute,
you're just a confident guy, bro. Yeah. And that's good on you, bro.
There's another one, though. Imagine how would your future girl feel about you continuing doing what you're doing?
You'd have to quit. Don't try. Don't give it to me. She'll sit in the car and I'm going to go and do my thing.
She'll be holding the camera. Nah, I told you already. She'll be cooking at home. No, I believe in purity in a relationship. I feel like purity is what makes a relationship beautiful.
100%, bro.
Even to the extent of me going on the street and talking to other girls in the manner I do. Yeah. I can't stop flirting with grandmas. That's just natural for me. So she'll have to accept that. But other than that, yeah, I'd definitely be stopping what I'm doing. Yeah. I understand the consequences of what I've done as well. Right now, I've had to sacrifice 1 or 2 years of building real relationships with females. And there's been a lot of them. I met a lot of these girls. And some of these girls, I take their number. They don't even know who I am on social media. And we're talking. And I'm like, fuck. Like, we have 2 dates. And I'm like, I can't take it on a third date because
there's another one.
Then we're going to build emotion. And I can't put you in a situation where I'm not ready to walk away from what I'm doing. And you don't deserve that. I'm a very realistic man. And this is where you might find a difference between me and people like Andrew Tate. I believe in compromising. I believe in...
Have you come across a girl that you was spun on? Like, you was thinking, shit, this might be the one.
Latin America's a dangerous place, my friend. Argentina is a dangerous place,
that sounds like more you're looking at her body or something. That didn't sound like you actually love someone.
You're accusing me of. Maybe I went to Colombia and I saw a girl with a really big heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Big ass as well, but big heart.
The heart was in the ass.
Oh, yeah. Probably was by the size of it, bro. It was pumping as well.
What I mean is, you must have like seen a girl or thought, you know, I actually like this
like,
girl.
shit, this is... Like,
But maybe you thought, I'm just giving you just a scenario, you might have thought, you know what, if I get with her now, like you said about sacrifices in the beginning, you might have to have sacrificed that for you to continue your growth. Because your growth is, let's be honest, bro, a lot of women out there wouldn't think it's ideal. You know, the way you make your content.
Not at all. Any respectable woman would not allow me to do what I do.
That for you to even say that, bro. Because a lot of men will be like, bruv, it is what I am, bruv. And I don't really fuck with them sort of people anyway, but naturally, the fact that you admit that, did you feel like you have to sacrifice relationships?
So it's not even the case of what you said. It's actually quite black and white.
It's the truth.
As a man, it is the truth. As a man, you want a woman that respects herself. And if a woman was to be with me or to accept me for what I do, she'd probably lack some self-respect. So the woman that would want to be with me, that I like, or we'd had that connection, probably would lack self-respect. So it was a lose-lose for me in the moments. I'm a big believer in emotional control. As a man, you need to be in control of your life. Always, you need to understand and be acceptable or accepting of whatever life you're living. So for me, it was very much, it was sacrifices because I understood that I wasn't ready to stop doing what I was doing with the content, and therefore things had to get stopped. And instead of letting my emotions go and just be like, oh, let's just see what happens. Let me just fall in love with this girl and whatever will be, will be. That's not how life works. No, of course not. Unfortunately, a relationship is not this free flow. There's too many fucking movies. People have been watching Mamma Mia and the Titanic for too long. I'm telling you. Not that I've ever watched Mamma Mia. Here we go again. So there's realism to it, and there's an actual life that lives away from this social media and away from these Hollywood movies, and that is that to get into a real relationship to a woman, there needs to be foundations that are built to hold a strong foundation, or to hold a strong relationship, sorry.
I'd say last question on the topic of girls. When do you feel like is the right age for you to settle down? Obviously, I know you're still young.
That's a good question, yeah. Because there's a certain time you do want to settle down. Yeah. Off camera, you said next week. Yeah. But I'm saying on the podcast.
As a...
The girls are pissed right now.
As a like through me.
Yeah, do you get bad DMs now?
Yeah, as a woman, I couldn't say for them. I feel like as a woman, it's much easier to be flexible with it, because for me, the man is at the core of a relationship in terms of his lifestyle. A woman much more emotionally and spiritually, not in terms of angel numbers and all that bullshit, but actual between you and your family, you know, holding you apart, holding you together. Sorry, holding you apart. That would be a weird analogy. As a man, I think when you're fully self-developed and when you fully understand yourself, so whatever age that would be, I'd say you have to live a comfortable amount of years. But then if you compare me to a 30-year-old, I know 30-year-old men that are still in Thailand finding themselves.
Yeah, do you see what I mean?
And as a 22-year-old man that's experienced anything there is to experience in your life, you know, I'm looking forward to experience more trauma that's going to tell me and show me and teach me more about life. But as a man who's kind of understood everything there is to about life, and I feel like I'm at a stage where anything that happens now, I can deal with it in a way where I'm learning from it, as opposed to panicking or pressing the fucking red button. I'm composed enough to deal with it. So for me, I'd say now I could settle down because I know exactly who I am as a person. But as a man, I say you need to understand who you are and build yourself internally before you look for external things, because otherwise you're just going to be damaging your own life and a woman's life as well in this life.
Of course, the reason why I asked that is because 100% I wouldn't be able to say it any better, and I don't think no one else will be able to either. But it's because, like you said, you're young, but it's just you've been traveling, you've done all basically like you just said, you've done a lot of things. So it just feels like, what's next? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Bro, you know another thing that comes to my mind, because obviously we're speaking about social media and we're looking at all the highs of the numbers and the following. How do you deal with the hate, bro? Yeah. Because obviously I'm sure, like, you know, we get hate. We're not even on the level of you in meaning numbers and followers and the way you're going up. Your trajectories, you know what I mean? Yeah. How do you deal with the hate? And what's the worst message you've had?
Yeah, it's my least favorite question anyone ever asks me. Let me
ask you again.
Let me ask you a different question. Not in a bad way. Yeah. In a way that I think like social media is so
toxic.
So misrepresented. Bro, what the fuck do you care if some nerd behind his phone is commenting this? And I'm not coming on a vibe where, fuck that guy, he's this. Like, grow up. Why are social media influencers feeling sorry for themselves. You chose this job. You chose to release this podcast. I chose to film myself talking to girls. And I want to complain because a 13-year-old is behind a screen calling me cringy. Who the fuck do you think you are? Get down off your high horse and grow some fucking balls. Because if you're a bad singer or a good singer and someone's calling you, oh, your voice is shit, you should stick to stacking shelves at Asda. Okay, you took that risk. Stop crying because you have the consequences of what you are doing. Everyone wants everything to be perfect. No one understands that this life is not for weak people, especially as men. Life is going to be shit and life is going to be hard at points. We need to realize that. And everyone wants to cry and moan about everything. Get the fuck on with it. It pisses me off so much. I went to a TikTok talk last year, and there were guys up there and there were kids asking, how do you deal with the hate? And they're like, yeah, man, do you know what? I just ignore the haters because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a bitch. Just like, yes, ignore them, but don't ignore them and then go on to moan about them. I ignore the haters because, you know, there was a point in my life where I let them get to me and my life was, man, no one gives a fuck. You chose to do what you do. You knew the consequences. If you didn't know the consequences, your fault for being lazy, for being unintelligent, and for being ignorant.
Fucking hell.
I'm asking the same question.
You're not allowed to ask no more questions, yeah?
So, but how do you deal with hate? Bro, you went in.
I think we need to throw the question out of mental health then, because I'm sure.
Yeah, right, but finally, before we wrap up, we cover mental health a lot on this show, bro, because we believe men suffer with mental health a lot more, not a lot more, but they suffer in silence a lot more than women. Because I believe that women are more out there talking about. I think with men, like you said, we're meant to be these strong, masculine, you know, sort of figures, and we probably don't really talk about it as much. Do you know what I'm trying to say? What's your views on, you know, things on people that are going through mental health, and have you ever suffered from that, bro? Meaning, it could be in a small form or a big form, but everyone does go through a form of, you know, mental health. Would you say you've actually been through a situation where you thought, you know what, I need some help, man. I'm suffering a little bit here.
Okay, if you're fat, do you go to a doctor and ask you to and sit there and talk to her and tell each other how you can lose weight? Or do you just go to the gym, eat better food, and sort your fucking self out?
Well, if you've got diabetes, then you have to go to doctors. But I mean, in general, no, I'll go to the gym.
Yeah. Right. You sort yourself out.
Yeah.
Right? So why is it that when we have something wrong with our brain, that there's a muscle that works in our body and reacts to everything we do around it, that we decide to go and sit down and talk to someone about it instead of doing something about it? There is something wrong with your brain. Understandably, the problem might not be as direct.
Yeah.
Understandably. Now, I've used this. It's two things. First of all, women and men are very different. The pressure on women, it's not that women talk more. They do as well, but naturally women talk as the problem happens. They moan, they bitch. So, but I don't think that's what saves them from the psychological issues that men have. I think it's the stress of the world. You know, any woman can be successful. Any woman can be successful now. Let me talk about 99% of the population, because I'm sure there are women there living a man's life and doing great things, and respect to women who decide to undergo pressure themselves. You don't have to, you know, so that's fine. But as a man, we have the pressure. You learn very quickly as a man. Every action has a consequence, and we've talked about consequences a lot, but it's a tough world as a man. You get slapped in the face very quickly. As a woman, you need to get physically slapped if you do something wrong. As a man, it's like, you do this thing, bang. Sight will tell you very quickly that you fucked up. You know, and it will tell you by very simple things. You won't get girls. If you're doing anything wrong in your life, you won't get girls. You won't be able to fuck girls. You won't be able to make money. You won't be able to drive the same car that your friend is driving. The girl will be able to be in the same passenger seat that her friend is in, whether she's rich or poor. But as a guy, we're the ones providing and doing everything. My advice would be, always seek solutions. Don't enlarge the problem. Talking about it enlarges the problem. I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm not saying don't try and understand what's going on inside your brain. But I'm saying don't go to someone, sit there, talk about it, and then do nothing about it. Every single problem has a solution. And the quicker you actually train your brain to search for solutions and find a solution to what's happening. Now, I can tell you mine. Mine was my mental barrier, which I don't like to talk about a lot because I feel like I'm bitching. And the truth of the matter is that it gets us nowhere. But I'll share it in case someone might have some insight for it and it could help someone, because that is why I do what I do. Mine wasn't money, mine wasn't girls, mine wasn't status. I had all three of them. I had a loving family around me. I was fit, I was healthy. I didn't have purpose in what I was doing. And I had a lack of direction, a lack of being. So I spent a long time searching into what I can do to really achieve something bigger, my bigger purpose, my bigger goal in life, something that really would fulfill me. And I never sat there for 1 second and felt sorry for myself and cried about it. I felt it. It was a horrible feeling. And just like anything, when you have a horrible feeling inside of you, which it is, it's a horrible fucking feeling, you need to do something about it. You need to take action on it. So talking is not the solution. If talking is part of you understanding it, that's different. Understand, because understanding allows you to take action on something. But action is everything. You learn, even if you fail, even if you're in a shit place and you do something and you fail, as long as you take it in the way where, fuck, I just learned something. That's great. You can never actually physically fail at something.
Do you know how I know people make it sometimes worse as well? It's because they don't like what the solution is. They choose not to like what the solution is. For example, if you're heartbroken because your girl's left you, your solution is to move on, but they don't want to. So then that's why they stay in that. So that's why I believe what you're saying, that you need to have an action.
If I said to you, is a dream real?
Yeah.
What would you say?
No.
Right. So is a thought real?
To an extent, not
no.
Really,
so what makes a thought real?
By actually doing it.
A thought. What makes a thought real?
A thought. What makes the thought real?
If you're thinking about something that's already done.
A thought. Bear in mind, for me, real. Real for me is existence. It's what's within the world. That's real. It's actually existing. So what makes a thought real?
But you know what? I'll be honest with you. The question is
very simple.
Is it?
A word. A physical word makes a thought real. I've given that word life. Right? And as humans, it's our biggest power to give a word life. So I think of the word in my head. Okay, I thought of shit, and now I say shit. That word becomes alive. So when you have these thoughts in your head, when you go and speak about them, it makes them real. It gives them life. It gives them a purpose.
Into existence.
And you enlarge the feeling, the thought that's not real inside of your body. And as opposed to doing something about it, you know, as I said, speaking can enlarge it. And it's dangerous unless you're matching the action alongside it.
Bro, your answers are amazing, bro.
Yeah, man. Philosophy and that.
You know what, bro? I'm coming to an end of it, bro. I just thought, you know what? I didn't have you down to be as smart as you are, bro.
Yeah.
And respect to that, man.
Respect to that.
Because I thought you'd be one of these... You know, I see a lot of your videos and it's like, we're so quick to judge a book by its cover. Not that your videos are shit. They're amazing. But I mean, that's why you're here. But to speak to you in person, bro, I never thought you'd be as clued on and smart as you are, bro. Especially at the age of 22, bro. So
it's
keep
a different
going.
insight, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, bro.
I'm all for judging a book by its cover. It saves time, it's efficiency, it's fine. We get it wrong sometimes, so what?
Yeah.
90% of the time we're going to be right. And all your thoughts about me are probably right. I am that same guy. And this is why I think I'm leading a life that a lot of people envy, and that it's so authentic, because I live this life of intelligence, discipline, efficiency, and I have fun every step of the way. I have an amazing energy. I love everything I do, and I'll literally stop here now, cameras off, and laugh and joke with you guys like we're all 5 years old. And I'll do that at the same time as making loads of money and being insanely serious and networking and talking to you about fucking great things in Dubai, and mix it up with a joke that only a 2-year-old man would make, you know, watching something like The Office. You know, I'm coming out with that's what she says all the time.
That is great.
Half of my life is me saying that's what she said, and that will never come out of me. I'll be in a business meeting with fucking Bill Clinton. Who's Bill Clinton? Is that a guy? It just sounds like a fucking posh name. He's like one of the presidents of the US. He's an old president of the United States.
No, but he was.
Is he dead?
No, I think he's alive still, isn't he? He's
man like Bill.
First chilled me up, and now he's getting cleared.
I could be in a business meeting with Bill Clinton. I'd be telling him that's what fucking she said. I don't give a fuck. But I'd be also sharing and understanding and learning with him. So 100%. I think that's the perfect balance. And a lot of people won't like me for that. A lot of people won't understand me for that. A lot of older generation people.
I wonder who that is, man.
I was
let me get him, uncle. Come here.
Nah, I'm done taking a piss. You look good, and you hold yourself well for your
next video. Do it with me. So guys, there you have it.
You got 2 minutes for a coffee, and
it's bedtime now.
Fuck off.
You've got to put the grandkids to bed first now, no?
Guys.
He's gone to put the grandkids to bed.
Diego, is there anything else that you want to say to your fans? Anything coming out? What's next for you?
No, thank you for having me. Just growing, building, teaching, and learning as well, especially. I feel like the best way of teaching is learning and constantly evolving in this world. No time to stand still, but thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for coming on, man.
God bless
Appreciate
you,
it, man.
So there you have it, guys. That was the man himself. So if you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe.
And hit the bell notifications so you don't miss none of our uploads.
If you're not following my man here, I'm sure you probably are.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially you girls.
Yeah.
Keep it locked.
Love.
And all my girls, make sure you follow these guys as well. We're sharing the love around here.
Peace out.